Hi Taurus, and welcome to your soul story for Twin Flames Past Life Tarot reading. So this reading is an intention to look at the past life journey for Twin Flames. Taurus, I will read the Divine Masculines in this lifetime's energy on this side and the Divine Feminine this lifetime energy on this side. So we're going to look at, who you guys were, what your, life path, spiritual path was, and the way your twin flame journey played out last lifetime, and then how that comes into this lifetime. Okay, so let's start by pulling a card to see who your twin flame was and who you were, mainly towards each other past the lifetime. All right, the masculine is showing as the Page of Wands. So this was somebody who was kind of very immature, okay, last lifetime, or this masculine and feminine did not align. They could have met very young, but then there would have been a very long separation between them and then come back together later in life. Okay, or again, this masculine could have just been very immature emotionally. And the feminine is coming through as justice, okay? So the feminine's energy towards this masculine last lifetime is much, much stronger, more mature, more committed. I feel the feminine really held things together last lifetime, may have even been in more of a position of power. Also with this, with the feminine, it could be with that page that, the feminine was much older than the masculine, but we're looking at the feminine and masculine as your genders this lifetime. With those two cards, it could actually be, Taurus, that, it was swapped. Like if you are a female, you were actually the male last time, and your, masculine was actually the female last time, just because of how I'm seeing the difference in those energies, and it could definitely be where one was much older than the other one as well, okay? So let's pull a card here to see what your life journey, what your life path, what your twin flames life path was for your last lifetime. Anyways, with the feminine and justice, this was, feminine was incredibly fair and honest and true and just to her masculine, was in all the way, okay? All right, so life journey over here for the masculine is the Five of Swords. So this is somebody who experienced a lot of challenges and setbacks and toxic, negative type of relationships and connections, really felt used and taken advantage of throughout life, except for by this feminine here, okay? It's like that was probably the saving grace for this masculine last lifetime. And look at this feminine, her life journey, her life path is the Page of Swords. So she, this feminine, it really feels like they were like in law enforcement, in the judicial system, maybe even military. And because it's coming through as a page, this was like a new life path for this feminine last lifetime. I really feel like your genders were swapped last lifetime. I do. And so the feminine is coming through as a big focus on like law, on justice, on fairness. So I'm inclined to believe this feminine's energy was either a judge, an officer, a sheriff, a lawyer, a jailer, something along those lines. And this was like a new thing for this feminine, to her soul to pursue this path, but that was her path, okay? And perhaps these two energies came together because this feminine was defending this masculine, because the masculine, again, looks to have a really hard life, okay? So let's pull some cards to see what your spiritual journey and spiritual path was for last lifetime. All right, so over here on the masculine side, we have spiritual companion. Yeah, this connection, this twin flame connection, when it came into this masculine's experience, was like the saving grace for him, okay? And I just feel so strongly that, you know, the feminines, that was your energy last lifetime. Like, this is who you were. You know, this younger person who had a very oppressed and challenging life, could have suffered a lot of abuse. And when, you know, you aligned with, you know, your masculine, even though it's even confusing me. And when you finally aligned to your masculine, you know, it's like that was the saving grace. It doesn't have to be, but man, I just feel like the genders were swapped last lifetime. Over here on the feminine, we have the rabbit hole. So this feminine's energy, along with this like justice and law that's coming through with the rabbit hole, a lot of what this feminine experienced and went through last lifetime was foreign and new, and she really expanded a lot spiritually. And for this masculine over here, his life changed when this feminine and masculine finally come together. His whole world changes. Okay, it's like for the better, a very hard, rough life until this union comes together. So let's pull some past life cards and see what comes out there. All right, so we have communal living. Over here on the masculine side, yeah, this is like poverty. Really rough life for this masculine energy. Persecution and inquisition. And lastly, wisdom. Look at that. Yeah. And the wisdom's coming out over here on this feminine side. I just have to say that this masculine, this energy stream right here, went through a ton of hard times last lifetime. Just like, I really feel like some severe stuff, some really heavy, hard experiences. And when, you know, these two energies finally aligned, it was like this saving grace for this person. And over here, this feminine energy coming through, so wise, so true, so honest, so balanced, so fair, wisdom. It's just like this feminine saved this masculine's life somehow, some way. I don't know how, but I know that that's what happened here. Like, I know this feminine saved this masculine's life somehow, some way. Like, and it may have been like, you know, this masculine was falsely accused of a crime, and, you know, this feminine was the appointed lawyer, okay? And through that process, this feminine actually got, you know, the masculine off, and it created the connection, and they, you know, fall in love and are together for the rest of their days. I just feel that this feminine felt such a need to protect and heal this masculine, just everything this poor masculine went through last lifetime. Wow. All right, so let's see how the twin flame journey played out last lifetime. All right, well, one card had to jump out. Okay, so we have a self-healing journey. We have building dreams together. Personal life path journey. Healing together. And lastly, settling and self-worth. So, Taurus, this being the twin flame journey last lifetime, what I see here is this was the feminine working on personal life, very focused on like career, you know, justice, legal things. And over here, the masculine, that's the self-healing because of all the horrible hardship that this masculine went through. Like when you guys aligned, you know, he was on a self-healing journey and the feminine was on this, you know, personal life journey, really building herself. And the coming together of these energies, now we're building dreams together, okay? And we're healing together. And the settling, the self-worth, all of those, you know, more negative energies, like that's what dissipated out of both of this feminine and masculine's experience. Because even though this feminine was incredibly driven career-wise, you know, to bring justice and order, I feel like she had probably gone through a lot, and I don't feel like it built her, like it gave her the motivation. But I feel like by the end of this masculine's days, there was still a lot of damage within him from just what he had been through, what he had experienced in his life. And with settling his self-worth, it could have even been like, you know, doing certain things that aren't very honoring of oneself just to survive, okay? And man, this feminine changed his life. Changed his life. So let's look at, you know, where these energies were left off between the two of you last lifetime. All right, so we have Destiny, sign 1111. So you guys knew that you guys knew at the end of your days that you had another journey together. Like you guys were so in love. And look at that, the unseen, sign 111. So look at 1111 and 111. Like you told each other, we'll meet again next lifetime. It will be a better life. And lastly, look at that, new path. And we have Aries. So some of you, this could involve an Aries, but here's the new path. Like that's where you left it. Like you guys told each other, let's, you know, and it's not like you guys were, you know, consciously aware of twin flame and all that, but you were aware of your love and your soul bond, and you said, next lifetime I will find you and I will love you and I will save you from the beginning before anything ever hurts you. Wow, this is deep and beautiful, Taurus. All right, so let's see what life path is this lifetime for the masculine and this time for the feminine. All right, life path for this masculine is the Queen of Cups. So this is a much easier journey than last lifetime. This is really being in touch with emotions and like when, man, this person is such a different energy than where they began. This is like very, you know, empathic, very sensitive, very intuitive, very insightful. Could be a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Over here with this divine feminine life path, we have the Two of Swords going on. So this may still be an element of like focus on law, on justice, things like that. But I feel there's an element of the feminine being blocked, okay, from, I don't know, it's like the masculine has more recollection of past life than this feminine does. And it's not to say like he outrightly knows in his consciousness they shared a life together, but it's like the masculine feels the depth of the love, you know, much quicker. Or perhaps this lifetime the feminine might be the one who is oppressed, and it's like the masculine comes in and, you know, saves her, rescues her, you know, from a bad situation. I don't like saying rescue, but you know what I'm getting at, what I'm trying to articulate. So let's see what your spiritual paths were last lifetime. We have gratitude, this lifetime, we have gratitude under the masculine, and we have meditation under the feminine. So the masculine is coming through as a very sensitive spiritual being, okay? And the feminine is coming through as somebody who's more logical and practical, but open, okay? Not closed-minded. It may be for a journey in her life, this lifetime, like this is the way it is. And, you know, joining with this masculine really opens her up, okay? So let's pull cards here to see what your life journey is, your twin flame journey for this lifetime. All right, we have 7 of karmic energy. We have atonement. We have a 2 of heart energy. Material achievement. And consciousness reprogramming. So this here, Taurus, this to me is this life journey, this twin flame path for this life. You guys, when you first come together, you first meet, I feel like you're going to come together and you're going to break up, and then there's going to be a period of separation where one of you is really atoning for what has happened, what, you know, different behaviors, just different things about life, maybe clearing up some karma. But then it's like you guys find each other again because the love that you share is out of this world, okay? There is a beautiful bond here. And with the material achievement, it's like you guys are going to have some sort of status or big achievement together this lifetime, and it comes after somebody's consciousness is a bit reprogrammed. And so during the separation and the atonement, somebody's consciousness is, you know, expanding and being reprogrammed, which allows this union to come together. And I feel the masculine is coming through as very dreamy, very spiritual, very empathic, could even be psychic. And the feminine is coming through as just very logical, very practical, very honest, very true, once again. And, you know, initially maybe closed to certain ideas. And that's like the way her life path is meant to be. Like she's very fixed in her thoughts and the way of doing things, but it's like the union of these twin flames, you know, removes the blindfold from her eyes and activates her and opens her up and expands her the way that this feminine energy did for this masculine last lifetime. Okay, so I do see that that same love is going to be present in this life, this twin flame journey. However, it comes after a period of separation, of the relationship completely crumbling. Okay, it's like everything has to fall apart for you guys to fall back together and have a very successful union the second time around. Okay, and the masculine, you know, again, I'm not saying he's more spiritual than the feminine, but it's like that's more of his life path, his spiritual path journey for this lifetime is to be very in tune with his spirit, with his soul, and ignite the feminine and awaken her. Whereas last lifetime, I feel like it was swapped. Okay, so Taurus, those are your twin flame messages for your past life. I hope that that helped and, you know, brought some clarity forth for you guys. I don't see a whole lot of lesson going on other than, you know, the initial meeting, and that's because, you know, there's an activation that has to take place here in the feminine energy, and it's like one of you isn't ready when you first meet, even though the connection is there, the love is there. One of you isn't ready. Like one of you is maybe really trying to establish yourself career-wise or establish yourself in life and felt like the other one wasn't very responsible, or because they're so career focused and driven, the other person felt kind of neglected. And it's like whatever that imbalance was, you guys, when you overcome that and you expand, like you come back together and you have a very beautiful, honest, true, real, heart-based connection moving forward. Okay, so Taurus, those are your past life twin flame messages. I am wishing you all the best. Take care.